that organizations are doing something. We also heard that the glass ceiling may be actually broken. May not be universally truth across the entire spectrum of organizations and companies. But what is your feeling? If indeed there is a glass ceiling or there is a resistance, or how do women leaders can build to break it?
Okay. See, I heard Sailesh ji's views and Aparna's views. And I must say that where we are currently is that there has been a start in terms of acknowledging the glass ceiling. Okay. And that acknowledgement is a great start in itself, right? So there
Hmm.
is a glass ceiling. It still exists, but in varying degrees. The examples that Shailaji said is as a leader, he's a person who is, ensured that there is gender diversity. But we do have pockets and many such pockets across organizations, geographies, in mindsets, in our social systems, right, where these glass ceilings exist. Okay, and if we talk about how women and women leaders can build resilience to break
Yeah.
it, wherever it is, visible, I would suggest don't ever give up because it's a journey to the top and it needs to be sustained. Yeah. And I'm quite happy to share three practical things which I have followed, while I made my journey. The first thing is that women out there, I want to tell you, please have an intentional career growth. Because equal opportunities may be a challenge even today, right? So it's important to communicate to your seniors, to your organization, that you have confidence and interest in taking up higher roles. Otherwise, it's quite possible, like Aparna said, that A, you may not be considered, and B, if you did, there would be excuses for not giving you that role. So it's important to have an intentional career and communicate that because it will bring awareness about your candidature and also pave the way for more opportunities going forward. Yeah, so this is a proactive initiative that I don't think gender diversity is going to be possible unless three things come together. One is the organizational mindset and policy. Two is women actually doing their bit to ensure they get the opportunities and then deliver on them. And three is men like Sailesh ji who kind of believe and kind of take this diversity concept forward in the real sense. Okay, so it's going to happen only with all the three. So apart from the first thing that I mentioned for the women, the second thing, and I think this is the most important thing, is that women in the workplace have to first drop the gender tag. Yeah, and this is very, very important because we need to believe that we are professionals at work. That's it. It's incidental that we are women, and the attitude of dropping the gender tag at work is really liberating for everyone because it will encourage everyone else around you to drop the gender reference. And the biggest gain out of this is that people start dropping the bias that comes along with this tag. Yeah. So this is again something that women have to do. The third thing, and this is very interesting because a lot of people drop out, a lot of women drop out because they kind of are not, beyond a point, not able to manage both sides of their, life, which is the family and the career. So the third thing I'd like to leave people with is that you must learn to delegate tasks that you can and you must delegate. And this is more so on the personal front. Women who are career oriented and also have responsibilities as a homemaker are practically doing two jobs. Yeah. So if you're one such woman, congratulations, you are a superwoman, right? But now I want to tell you all that you may reach burnout quickly if you don't learn to delegate smartly. So just to avoid this, become a smart superwoman. Yeah, and how do you do that? By just choosing things that you wish to do yourself. I've heard a lot of these stories where women who are inspiring other women, they say that don't cook, don't clean, don't do this, don't do that. I wouldn't say that because each one's choice is different, right? If you want to cook for your family as well as have your career, please do it, but ensure you delegate some other tasks because there's just one you and there's just 24 hours in a day. Yeah, so it's about consciously choosing tasks every day so that you manage your time. When we make these smart choices every day, it will help us to be resilient, persevere, and very, very importantly, succeed at both fronts, right? At the career and at home. So there is just no guilt. I see a lot of women, feeling guilty about, not spending enough time or attention at home. So if you choose, if you delegate, and kind of plan, you can do both beautifully and be a smart superwoman. And that's my three things to all the women out there. Just don't give up. Just do it and rise and climb. Yeah.
Fantastic, Shadaji. I like the idea that you said the second point. You had good 3 points actually, right? So take your career, communicate it, then drop the gender tag. So
Yes.
the corresponding partners will drop the bias, and then the third one was delegate more, delegate task.
Yes.
The second one catches my attention. If you drop the gender tag, uh, your counter leaders will naturally drop the bias. That's a real great thought actually, and that's very practical one as well. So thank you so much.